Hi, I'm DeDe. Welcome to 30 Minutes of Flexibility and Balance. In this session, we will focus our attention on some seated challenges by sliding, using a sliding object, such as a paper plate if you're on a carpeted floor, or a soft cloth if you're on a hard floor, as I am. You can also choose to do this without anything under your foot. That's fine. You'll just slide your foot along whatever surface is on your floor. Here's what else you'll need. A sturdy armless chair, some athletic shoes, and some water for hydration, which you'll have off to the side. Give yourself enough space to move your arms and legs freely. And remember to only do what you can at the range of motion and the pace that works for you. Take rest breaks if you need to. Take sips of water whenever you need to. So now let's have a seat with our sliding object. Separate your feet, put one hand on your leg, and stow the object under your chair for now. Then we'll come to a seated position that's upright, with the shoulders back and down, the legs and feet in line with the hip joints, and the spine even and neutral. All right, we'll take a deep breath in, sweep the arms up, and then exhale out. Do it again. One more. Now instead of sweeping up, sweep the arms back. So we inhale and then exhale, hands forward, and again, thumbs up. So go back in line with your shoulders or further if you can. Further than that if you can. Now let's take it down low. And then exhale up higher. Again. Now it's an arm circle. So inhale, exhale, forward, back and down. Inhale, back there. Exhale, forward, back and down. Inhale again. Keep your elbows as bent as you need to. Now the arms come down. Tap your toes. Right, left, right, left. Now we're going to take a different directional approach. Tap both sets of toes in and forward and then out. And forward and in. And keep going. So let's think about hydration for a minute. If we're not hydrated, pretty much all of our bodily systems can't function properly. And as a result, we end up feeling not so great in a lot of ways that you wouldn't necessarily associate with dehydration. So try to always have some water all the time with you, taking sips of it. Unless you've been medically directed not to, which is very rare, make sure that you're very hydrated all the time. Turn your toes in, turn them forward, turn them out, turn them forward. Now bring your feet back to straight ahead and then up on your tiptoes, up and down. Press down with your hands, exhale. So we're resisting with the hands. Now alternate right and left, right and then left right away, right and left. Breathing continuously and not hunching up the shoulders, right? Pushing down with your hand to resist. Feel that in your arms, your shoulders, and your core. Now heel lift marches like this. 1, 2, 1, 2. Try to bend across your toe joints. Still trying for that tiptoe shape with your foot. Now we go quick, quick, slow. So it's quick, quick, slower, quick, quick, slower. Now, same thing, but we reach, reach, reach. Are you still sitting up straight? Lifting the crown of your head up towards your ceiling. Get a little twist through your waist. Now relax, roll your shoulders up and back and down. 2 more. Separate your feet to about shoulder width and then take your arms out. Inhale, and we twist to the right. Exhale. Both hands come over to the right side and then switch. Last one. Now some side bending. Take your hand on your right leg. Exhale, over. Now the left side. Now you can let your arm go a little straighter here if it's comfortable for your shoulder. Otherwise, keep your elbow bent. All right, hands on your legs, shoulders down. Inhale, straight back. And then exhale, hinge forward. And again. Now we go even wider with the legs. So inhale, feet go wider, and then exhale, forward and twist, and switch. Make sure you turn your toes out a little bit to match your knees, and that you're getting some support from your hands. Now inhale, don't turn this time, just hinge, don't turn. All right, now we're coming up. We're turning to this side, holding on to the chair. Bringing ourselves into this seated lunge with your knee right under your hip, this knee over the ankle, and then tuck your pelvis forward and release. Do it again. Inhale here, and then exhale, tuck the pelvis, and one more. And then we carefully take our time going to the other side. A little bit of limbering, warming up through our hip flexors, so when we get to the sliding, we'll be prepared for it. Rock the pelvis now. Forward, and back, and again. So feel the contraction here as well as the stretch. A little contraction in the back as well. All right, turning forward. Now we step the feet in to back to where we started. Sitting up tall, legs are even and straight. Hold the chair, step out, right foot, out and in, and left foot, out and in. Now the arm goes with, if you're okay holding on with only one hand, right and left. What about both arms? Are you okay with that? You want to try it? How about if we go even higher and we land on our heel? Bend your elbows more if you need to. Now how about one arm? So it's the opposite from the straightening leg. Make sure you're holding on with one or both hands at any point if you need to. Can we try both arms? Easy does it. Palm space in for this one. Just getting a little side bend, just a little one. Make sure you're balanced in your chair. A little bit of off balance is okay as long as you're safe. Now how about 2 on each side? 1 and 2, pause in the middle. Other side, 1 and 2, pause in the middle. Still landing on your heel, right? Now come back to the center, resist with your hands, tiptoes. Resist, resist. Keep the breath flowing. We don't want to hold our breath, especially during something like this, where it's kind of an isometric or same length contraction. We don't want to hold our breath during that. All right, roll the shoulders up, back, and down, and one more time. Okay, same way we put it down there, we're going to retrieve our sliding object. Remember, you don't have to use one of these. One hand on the leg, bend forward, grab it. Now we'll put it under our right foot, tiptoes, holding on to the chair, sitting up tall. Now we twist in, out. Try to turn your knee and your toes in the same direction. It should kind of happen automatically, but make sure that it's happening. And then we can get a little turn with our torso going as well, if you want to. One more. Now we'll switch to the other side. Tiptoes, holding on, just the twist at first, in, out with the knees and toes aligned. Make it as far in each direction as you can without distorting the rest of your body's position. And then we'll add a little bit of torso. Getting more of the body involved. Now, because this is a slippery surface, we're training a little bit of stability, a little bit of balance. Now stop. Put your heel on it and we'll slide our right heel forward and back. Now let your arms come down. If you don't feel like you need to hold on, bend, straighten. Make sure you're using the right sliding object for your floor surface. I'm using a cloth because I'm on a hard floor. You can use a paper plate or a plastic lid if you're on a carpet. Three more, 2. Now hold on to the chair. Switch your other heel, here we go. Forward, back, arms are optional. So if you're not sure if you're working, just put your hand on your leg. You can feel the leg muscles contracting. You can feel it, just in case you had any doubt. And 3 more. Plus you might be starting to feel some fatigue. That's always a good indicator that you're working. Now we stop. Now we're on the tiptoes and we go out to the diagonal, right side. Diagonal and in. How about the opposite arm coming around? Point your toes so your heel doesn't drag if possible. And then you can keep looking forward at me. You can look at a focal point on the floor, or you can actually turn your head in the direction that you're reaching. 3 more. And then we come back into the center and we switch to the other set of tiptoes and we go diagonal out. And then we add the arm if you want to. We add the twist if you like. And we add the head and torso turn if you're comfortable. 7 more. 3 more. Now let's change feet, and we're on the tiptoes once again. We're going diagonal. This time, one or both arms. Are you comfortable with both arms? Do you want to stick with one arm? Do you want to keep holding on to the chair? It's all okay. 3, 2, and then we switch. So hold on as you switch, and then we go. One or both arms or no arms. Out, in. Are you sitting up tall? Try to sit up tall the whole time, building that muscular endurance in our postural muscles. That's the last one. Now we switch. We're on the heel. We go straight ahead. One, both arms or no arms. Forward and in. This time the arms go a little further back. Really drag your heel in. And if you're doing this without any sort of sliding object, do your best with sliding. Now we switch. It's the other heel and the arms. Forward, reach back. So as we're sliding, we're challenging our balance, we're challenging our stability. Hopefully we're getting more confident. Switch, heel, and then we go up and down. Up and down. You want more bend in your elbows? You take more bend in your elbows. One more. And we switch. Here we go. Like you're gonna touch the ceiling. Three more. 3, 2, and then we stop. All right, take a little break here. Feet in line with your hip joints. Inhale, exhale, hinge forward. Do it again. So all of our stabilizing postural muscles may be tired, along with our shoulders and our legs and our hips. Now come forward and hold. Feel free to rest your elbows, your forearms on your thighs. Stay here. All right, and then hands on your legs. Let's come up. Now let's think in terms of circling our right leg out and then back in. So hold on, tiptoes. Go forward and out first. Forward and out and around, and then reverse it. Out and forward and back to the front and go again. So we're going kind of slow because otherwise the circle isn't very circular. It gets more angular if you go too quickly. Out, round, think round, think round. And then around again. 3, 4, and again. Forward, out, 3, 4, and back. Okay, we switch sides, and we go over here. Out and around. You have enough space, make sure. I don't know about you, but this feels so good to move through a big range of motion like this in a fluid way, in a slow pace. Feels like my muscles really like it. One more. Okay, back to the tiptoes on the right. Now we hinge out like a door opening and closing. So for this, you have to remain really stable through your remaining leg, okay? Keep holding on if you need to, otherwise arms come out. Keep the knee bent. You're just moving from your hip joint. And stop, relax, switch. Here we go. Out in. Again, it's like a door opening and closing. Remain very stable through your stationary leg. One more. All right, relax your arms, switch feet, you're on your tiptoes, same thing, but this time we push and we pull the air. Push, pull. One arm doing this is fine. If two arms don't feel right. Now switch. Out. Push, pull, push, pull. Three, two, and one. All right, let's take another break. This time we just hinge forward and we stay. Relaxing your shoulders. Keep reaching the crown of your head away from your tailbone. All right, hands on your legs, help yourself up. Now we did the seated lunge earlier. We're going to do the seated lunge again. So leave your sliding object right there as you turn carefully. You're not on the sliding object. Now put the foot that's closest to me on the sliding object with the tiptoes. Hold on to the chair and then we slide back and then we slide forward in line with the other foot. Let's go. Back and forward. Now you just do your best with this. This is another one of those big range of motion movements. Is this the right pace for you? Remember, you can go slower if you need to. All right, now we slide back and we stay back. So how far back can you push your foot and still be okay and comfortable? Make sure you're holding on to the chair. You don't want to go anywhere. Keep that little bit of tension on your leg back there. Keep pushing it straight back. So look for that stretch in the front of your thigh, the front of your hip. Now bring the sliding cloth to the center, step off of it, then we'll turn the other way. Once we get over here, holding on to the chair, foot on the sliding cloth, let's try it. Back, and all the way up to your other foot, and back. So moving through our full range of motion, that's something that helps keep us limber and mobile, but we want to make sure that we're moving in a pain-free range. So if something feels painful, you may be going too far or too fast, so be mindful of that. All right, now we're pushing back, staying back. Stay here. Push your foot as far back as you can. And then we'll bring the sliding object in front of us, step off of it, and then we'll take our hands on our legs. One hand reaches down and pushes it out of your way. Make sure it's completely out of your way. Grab some water if you want, and then we'll come in and we'll do some stretches. So sitting the way we did at the very beginning, away from the back of the chair, tall and straight. Let's pick up one leg, holding onto it, and then circle the ankle around. Now it's okay if you don't want to pick your leg up. If you just want to keep your toes on the floor and do ankle circles, you can. Just make sure you're going in one direction and then the other. Now we switch. Stay tall with your torso. Circle. So one reason why we're holding on to the leg like this is because it keeps your hip muscles from having to work too hard. It makes it a little easier. All right, both feet down. Roll your shoulders up, back and down, and do it again. Now scoot forward on your chair so you're a little closer to the front edge. Move your feet forward as well. You still have your knees bent, one leg straight, and then we tip forward from the hips. Stay here now. Pull your toes back towards you. And if you need a little bend in your knee in order to come forward, that's fine, a little bit of bend. Make sure your chair is staying stable. Don't let it tip. And then we're up and we're switching legs. That feels so good down the back of the leg, doesn't it? Can you feel the stretch back there? I sure can. And then we're coming up. Now we're stepping the right leg out and we're pressing the knee out and turning the opposite direction. Stay here. So again, pressing the knee out so it stays over the ankle and turning your chest in the opposite direction. Feel that stretch in your inner thigh and feel the rotation through your spine. And keeping your shoulders down. Now let's come back to the center. Carefully step in. Step way out over here. Push. Lift up through the crown of your head and twist away. And then come back to the center. Scooting back in your chair a little bit. Your ankles are right underneath your knees. Cross your ankle over your knee. If that doesn't work for you, cross your ankle over your ankle. That works well too. And then we're hinging forward. Hinging, always indicative of keeping your back straight and not changing the shape of your back or your neck. Hinging. And then we'll come up and we'll switch. Hinging. Sometimes it feels like all the movement that we do in our life has a little bit of a roughness to it or a lack of smoothness. And one of the things I love about sliding is that it's a chance to feel really fluid in your motion that we don't normally get when we're going for a walk or playing golf or hiking or whatever. And I appreciate that smooth, fluid feeling of the motion. I hope you do too. And then let's come up. Now we take the little finger side of our fists and we plug them into the sides of our hips, shoulders down, elbows wing around to the back so they almost disappear behind you. stay here and breathe. So make sure your shoulders are not creeping up. Push them down. And then release your arms down, roll your shoulders up and back and down, and one more time. All right, so how did you do with your sliding? If you used a sliding object or not, I hope that you enjoyed that fluid type of smooth movement. And I hope you feel more confident now in your balance, and I hope you feel a little more flexible. As usual, thank you for joining me. And until next time, be well.